Good day, Ma'am Elenita. I'm Jess Tastic from BSN English 3B, and today I'm going to discuss topics for this first video. So first is traditional literary criticism. Traditional literary criticism is where you analyze how the author's life is shown in the work. So the author may choose to include events, people, or places to serve as influences in their literary work. In simple words, traditional criticism evaluates an author's biographical information, their culture, background, and history. So to analyze how the author's life shown in the work, in which authors may choose to include events, people, or places to serve as influences in their literary work. The author may also include their characteristic thoughts and emotions. So traditional critics also feel that it helps to be familiar with an author's past works. If there are any, they have determined that every writer has a unique style, a certain way with prose or structure that makes him or her different from everyone else. So you examine how the author's life, his other biographical information is reflected in the work. So second is formalism and new criticism. So new criticism differs from formalism in that it was created in America and Great Britain in the first half of the 20th century, where areas formalism was created in Russia in 1910. New criticism also examine the content of literature. So, first, new criticism theory is to analyze and find meaning with literature by utilizing just the text rather than considering any influence or intentions the author of the historical and cultural background might have or had on the work. This theory focuses on the idea that the true meaning can be found within the text, while the formalism was more focused on examining the structure. Formalism may be defined as a critical approach in which the text under discussion is considered primarily as a structure of words. That is, the main focus is on the arrangement of language rather than on the implications of the words or on the biographical and historical relevance of the work in question. So, a strictly formalist critic would, for example, approach the the Great Gatsby as a structure of words, ignoring the details of Fitzgerald's life and the social and historical context of the novel. However, formalism or the concept of strict literary formalism has often been attacked by individual literary critics or schools of criticism on the grounds that it reduces the text to nothing more than a series of words, thereby limiting its meaning and power. So for the third topic, it's Marxism and critical theory. Marxist literary theory as about systems of social and economic power through literary and cultural works. So, a type of literary criticism based on the writings of German philosopher Karl Marx. In its simplest form, Marxist criticism attempts to show the relationship between literature and the social, mainly economic conditions under which it was produced. So, literary critical theory is a tool that helps you find meaning in stories, poems, or it can be also in a play. There are many different ways to interpret also a novel or short story. Well, it refers to any principles derived from internal analysis of literary text or from knowledge external to the text that can be applied in multiple interpretive situations. So lastly is the structuralism and post-structuralism. So structuralism focuses on the relationship and contrast between different elements, focusing on the form of structure of the literary work and the particular use of language in the work also. It would allow structuralists to think of language as a kind of science, while the post-structuralism rejects the idea of a fixed structure and emphasizes the multiplicity of meanings. So a number of literary theories fall under the larger umbrella of of post-structuralism, including gender theory and reader response theories. But both structuralism and post structuralism are important theoretical influences in cultural studies and have enabled the field to explore culture as a set of signifying practices. That said, all the three of the key terms in this equation, the cultural studies, structuralism, and post structuralism, are contestable, and the intellectual terrain they cover is vast. So that's all for the first video. Thank you.